I'm on the tea like Lipton. Some of the best pum pum they are Kingston. So me buy a Birkin Fiji at the kingdom. Tell a boy we no laugh up. Violent a monster, you're dead dog. Cool boy, Steph him should have keep in in bed dog. Blessed love and blessings way up, my fire fam. It's been a while. The monster Naoya Inoue outclasses, outboxes, beats up, and stops Cool Boy Steph. Before we get into the video, I'm sweating. Best double jab straight down the pipe. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when new content is being uploaded on the channel. Put the left hook behind it and share the video, please, and thank you. I know it's been a while, but I've been busy growing the other channel, growing the boxing tips channel, and just training my fighters, man. A lot of fights. We're doing big things. Shout out to everybody who has subscribed to the new channel. But I wanted to talk about this fight. I got up this morning to watch it. The start time was like 4 a.m. I'm in the Northeast. The fight started right about 8:15. I get up right about 8 o'clock anyway, so it was perfect. But I wanted to talk about this fight. I know I haven't been with you guys in a minute, but this was one of the last fights that I talked about. You know, when I uploaded videos, this was one of the last fights that I was talking about. And I said, who was going to be the duck? Well, one of these fighters ducked the other fighter. Shout out to the monster Inoue for getting the stoppage. And shout out to Cool Boy Steph because he said, no one's going to label me as a duck. So we didn't get any ducks. But Naoya the monster Inoue proves to everyone, to all the Americans, I mean, hopefully now to the black fight fans that didn't know anything about him, because when I spoke about him the first time, y'all was telling me I was buck dancing and I was a coon and all these things just because I noticed the greatness of the Japanese fighter Naoya the monster Inoue. So I hope now you guys realize and notice the greatness of Inoue as well. And like I said, just completely outclassing, outboxing, beating up and stopping Cool Boy Stephen Fulton. And I think that Inoue knew and Stephen Fulton knew from the very first exchange of jabs. From the very first exchange in jabs. In the first round, these guys exchanged jabs. It was a jab exchange, and both of them landed. But significantly, Naoya Inoue's jab was placed better. I mean, right on Fulton's chin. It was the harder jab. And to me, that set the tone for the fight, because Fulton, being the bigger man, the longer fighter, supposed to had, you know what I'm saying, the better jab and been able to work behind the jab better than Inoue. It was the opposite. Inoue flashed a beautiful jab in this fight. The better jab, the faster jab, the stronger jab. He was throwing it upstairs. He was doubling it. He was throwing it downstairs, which ultimately set up the beautiful right hand over the top. I mean, he was tripling it. One time I seen him do a triple jab, and I was like, look at the triple jab by Naoya the monster Inoue. And going into the fight, a lot of people thought that Inoue was going to win this fight, those who knew about him. Shout out to the OG, Richard Dwyer. He was picking Inoue to win by KO. Shout out to Boxing Wave. He was picking Inoue to win by KO because the power in this fight, you know what I'm saying, was the difference. And that's what most people who knew about these two fighters knew, that the power would probably be the difference in this fight. But I think more surprisingly to all of us, it wasn't just the power. It was not just the power. It was also the skill of Naoya Inoue, the timing of Naoya Inoue, the speed of Naoya Inoue, being the smaller man and moving up, putting on some weight. You know what I'm saying? It was the speed of Naoya Inoue. It was the boxing skills. It was the brain of Naoya Inoue, along with the power. So all of these things factored in to him just absolutely outclassing, outboxing, beating up, and eventually stopping Cool Boy Stephen Fulton. But like I said, we're not just going to completely shit on Cool Boy Steph in this video, because he proved that he was not a duck. He went over to Japan. You know, a fight that a lot of people, you know, didn't want to fight, just like Devin the Dream Haney went over to Australia to get the job done against the ferocious Cambocious. Well, same thing in this fight. Stephen Fulton wanted to be great, and to prove that you are great, you have to fight great fighters, and it's just as simple as that. So now I hope that everybody realizes the greatness of Naoya, the monster Inoue, and also the greatness of Cool Boy Steph Fulton, because like I said, we cannot take away from Cool Boy and then take away from Naoya Inoue. We have to realize the greatness of both of these fighters, unified champions in multiple weight divisions. Stephen Fulton, you know, he had the chance to move up, to not take this fight and move up, and he didn't. So we got to give props all around in this fight. Shout out to Naoya, the monster Inoue, for a great performance. Every time I've gotten up to watch him, y'all hear my voice because we had fights over the weekend. 4 of my fighters fought, and they all did well. Every time I've gotten up early morning to watch Naoya Inoue, it's always either been a very exciting fight, and I wouldn't say this one was that exciting as far as the give back from Stephen Fulton. He did land some shots. He did start letting go his hands more, getting into the later rounds. But every time I've gotten up early to watch Naoya Inoue, it's been a good turnout. Either a very exciting fight, two with Nonito Donaire, or just a great, brilliant performance. So you guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comments section. And until the next video, I will give you guys my prediction on Spence and Crawford. I'm back on it. I did not want to talk about that fight. We've been talking about that fight for 5 years since I started watching my channel, and I just didn't want to. I mean, I just don't have time just to be doing videos for views. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm just ready to see that fight. So I will be doing a fight prediction and, of course, a post-fight. I cannot go live for that fight. I got to get back on my live. I cannot go back live for that fight because we have fights that night as well. But I'll be giving you guys my prediction and, of course, post-fight thoughts, and along with all the great fights that we have coming up the rest of the summer and the rest of the year. Until the next video, you guys keep fighting your fight. Protect yourself at all times. Tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. Peace and one love. It's Coach Fight. This is Real Life Boxing.